Hello, everyone. I hope all is well. My name is Sukhum HING, and welcome to another live stream episode of The Sukhum Show. Thank you all for tuning in today. I'm excited about today because today wraps out the third segment of the determination, drive, and discipline. And I had the liberty to share two of it already at my alignment meeting at work, and I'm starting to think a lot more into it because I feel like this topic that I've been on, I want to dive more and more into it, but I'm set to a limited amount of time, so I can't really talk in depth of what I really want to share at alignment because, like I said, there's a set amount of time that I have to go over everything. But as I think more, like I said, more and more about it, there's more things that keep popping up, more thing that resonates with me. And I feel like this might be a big segment, for me at least, in recognizing how I tackle development for someone who's brand new. And I talk about it in the sense of determination, drive, and discipline. So that will be something I'll be talking about today. And I'll be focusing a lot more on discipline. And then tomorrow we'll tackle all three captured together and how that plays all together in a role. And I also want to share, so hashtag Omatum, a little bit on the aftermath behind it, and I'll talk a little more about that. And prepping up for the next challenge, hashtag ED5SM, and the hashtag Cold Shower Challenge. These are some things that's really going to help out. I'll be touching more on that as well again, and how do I focus on that, and welcoming others who wants to join in on that too. Alrighty. So, without further ado, I do want to share a quote to start off. And the quote is regarding discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want more. And I love that because it really hits the spot, especially those that are really, that really has been feeding their instant gratification. That notion of now, that lack of patience. And that's where discipline comes in. And are you disciplined enough in thinking about the goals long term and being able to exercise those patient muscles in you? And I feel also that this has to do with how you shows up inconsistently in things that you do. So some things to take away from that quote, I really love it. And it ties into the conversation today just regarding discipline. And discipline to me is more so in the sense of being in the present. And that's what discipline reminds me of. And if you think about it in the present form, the discipline notion of things like, are you the kind of person who, when you're trying to start something new or trying to get in the routine of things, you show up inconsistently? You can go hard for it in a week, in a month, and then you die down. You say you're going to do something, you do it for a little bit, you die down. That's where the inconsistency shows up. That means you lack the discipline to build a good habit, to really set forth what you really want to accomplish without getting distracted and veering you off from your goal. So that is discipline. That is what you look at in the moment. So a couple things for everyone to take away from this, how you can build up more of your discipline. And I think this is huge because I feel for myself, knowing my own awareness, determination, I'm clear on what I've been through in the past and what I can do or how I get complete with that. I'm focused on my future and that drive to get there because I know what my 10-year goals are, my 5-year goals, my 1-year goals. That drives me. And now when I'm talking about the present moment, now that is where I struggle. And I want to build some more consistent habit. So a couple things coming at you so that you can take this away and you can practice on building more discipline so you can show up more consistently for yourself towards the goals that you want. one of it is join me on the challenge next month in June, the cold shower challenge. So all it is simple. You take a 2-minute cold shower every single day for the month of June. Now, sounds crazy. Like, what are you really trying to accomplish from that one? And I talk about this in several videos, but this is to help discipline yourself. You see, when your body kicks in with, when you take that cold shower, your body is going to be in shock, and it's going to tell you to run. It's telling you to freeze up. It's going to tell you to quit, and you need to discipline yourself on completing that. And that's how you mentally overcome your physical challenges. And a lot of time when you're inconsistent and you lack the discipline, it's because of that instant gratification, or the things that shows up right away trumps you physically. So you don't have that mental fortitude, that discipline in you to show up and do the thing that's more important. So this challenge is going to be huge for those that show up inconsistently, who doesn't really keep to their word. You know, they say one thing and they never really follow through. It bleeds into their attendance and their time integrity. They're the kind of person that is always late for everything. You're late for the movies. You're late for meetings. You're late for family reunions. They're always late. It shows up in that. So this is a great challenge for you to build on discipline. So that's one. The second thing that I would challenge people on how you can build discipline is, besides from that cold shower challenge, do any challenge. Do something for 30 days and commit to it. And I've been doing the SSS Veda challenge in April. SSS Veda challenge, sorry. And then I did the #Ultimatum challenge in May. And now I'm doing another challenge in June. I have something else planned in July and another one in August. So do that, because it means that you start creating space to show up and you commit to something. So that builds your habit. So do a 30-day challenge, and that is something I highly encourage. And it doesn't need to be something crazy. It could be something from simply creating some kind of morning routine. When you wake up in the morning, you drink 1 glass of water. Prep it up right before you go to bed. Put it right by your bedside, so that way when you wake up, you drink that cold glass of water, or just a glass of water. And then, or something at night if you're a night person. Like, before you go to bed, I'm going to drink 1 glass of water. Make it simple, make it routine, so that way you can start building that muscle, that discipline muscle, which turns into a habit, which then really sets tone on you showing up consistently. So start small and keep adding to that. And I think I love this example, like for those that struggle waking up, one of the tricks to help you wake up earlier is that if you keep setting time to wake up really early, say 5 a.m. is super early for you, and you're used to waking around 7 o'clock, and you set your goal to wake up 5 a.m., maybe you can do it once, twice. If you don't have that sheer determination or that drive cleared out, you're going to struggle with your discipline. And one of the techniques that was used was that if you're not used to that, instead of making a huge jump, if you're waking up at 7 o'clock to 5 a.m., start small. Instead of waking up, set your alarm and set it at, say, 6:30. And do that for a couple days. And then set it at 6 o'clock. Do that for a couple days. And set it at 5:30. Do that for a couple days. And then set it at 5. You slowly build that momentum of getting earlier and earlier and earlier until your body fully adjusts to it, and then you can really set the tone. Do that in terms of increments and improvement, and do that with any goals that you want to really achieve on, little by little, to get to the level you want to get to. I really thought that was really great, and it's something that we can all work on too. So 2 things already, the #cold shower challenge to build your discipline, the idea of just doing any challenge for 30 days to help you, and it could be something super small like drinking a glass of water either before you wake up, before you go to bed, and then right after you wake up as well too. Those are some great things. Or a gratitude journal. Write in a gratitude journal just one thing you're really grateful for before the end of the day. These are simple things that you can do to help build discipline. One thing that I do a lot is I use I have planner time, and I literally plan my day out. And a lot of it, 9 out of 10 times, is a snapshot of my calendar. But sometimes I don't put everything in my calendar, and I know there's gaps and times where I can fill in things that I need to do. Those are something I do consistently. So I hope you guys take this away and really think about what you can do to help discipline yourself. Are there things in your life right now, and if you audit your day, is there certain times where you show up consistently? Like you do this every single day, and look at it and then capitalize on it. Like really own that and really look into it. How's this building a good habit for you? So those are the things that I would challenge you when it comes to building discipline. And I love to hear from you guys. What are some things that you're doing that helps build your discipline? Remember, discipline again is about being in the present, being able to recognize things right now, take things in actions, and do things right away. And it's all about creating actions, which led to momentum, which led to you doing more and getting things done. All right. Awesome. Thank you for tuning in for that one. I appreciate you listening. Tomorrow will be a sort of a summary of all three combined into one, and to really look at that from a different perspective. And I want to share overall how that relates to different, not really different people, just where people are at in their lives. And again, I'll tackle that a lot more. And yeah, I'm not going to ramble and go on more about that. I'll just talk about that tomorrow, about how all three plays together and kind of wraps up on that too. All righty. And the last thing I want to touch on too. So, Momtown, a few people on Facebook made a good call out, even at my workplace. Hey, Sukhum, ultimatum, right? 1 mile a day in May. There's actually 31 days in May. So technically, you have one more day to do your 1 mile. Technically, I said I was going to do a 30-day challenge, and that one extra day was kind of like a buffer. Should I miss any days, or if someone started late? That's why I encourage people to. But the hashtag did say 1 mile a day in May, so I went and did my 1 mile on my bike today. Again, probably not the best idea just because my feet is now swollen, and yeah, my toe. If you guys haven't heard, I had a little injury. Watch a few episodes back, and I'll talk all about that. And but yeah, I got my little 1 mile in. I was able to complete it all the way through 31 days. And here's the thing that I really wanted to share with everyone was that and it wasn't until I completed this challenge, I shared this at our alignment meeting at work, and I found out there was two people at work who they never really told me anything, but they were a part of the hashtag ultimatum. Like they did this challenge every single day for 31 days. And I didn't know anything about that. And it made me super happy. One of them actually emailed me, and he simply just said, here it is. Thank you. Thank you for starting the challenge, because one of his goals was always to do a 30-day challenge, and he never completed one. And this was his first one that he completed. He shared with me the things he accomplished, because he went above and beyond 1 mile a day. He did about 12 miles walking. He did 20 miles running. He did 361 miles cycling. Huge accomplishment. I was so stoked reading his email. And then he said this isn't it for him. He's going further now. This opened up his BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. And he's going to do the Columbus 2017 Palatonian ride. So I think that's like 100 miles cycling in one sitting. And then I think another 85 miles the next day as well too. So huge goals. Kickstarted his moment of trying to do more in terms of health and fitness. Ronnie, if you're watching this, I know I gave you a shout out at Alignment. Great job, man. Shout out to you again for really owning it and just doing it. You really made me smile when I read your email. So thank you for that. The other one was for Tricia. See, I didn't know Tricia was doing this either. Tricia works in our office. She's our account executive. And she did an awesome job, because I didn't know she was doing this until she acknowledged me on Facebook. Thank you for this. Some days were tougher than others. and I really enjoyed the challenge. I was able to get my 31 miles in, and she had some injuries during this time, but that didn't stop her. She had like lower back injuries, and she continued by doing walking certain days, and she's still recovering, but she's still committed to it. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for really taking that on. I appreciate that as well, and then you did an awesome job. So keep up the work. I hope it doesn't stop here. I hope you guys continue that and inspire others to do more. And I really love this challenge. I'm looking forward to next year. And next year I'm going to start it even earlier. I'll probably do it in May. In March. Omatum in March. 1 mile a day in March, and then again 1 mile a day in May. Man, twice in a year, two opportunities to kickstart that, and I'll figure out a way to really step it up a notch for those that really want to drive it, but also encourage those that are still brand new to it. So more to come next year on it. Super pumped up for that, and I'm just excited to hear all these great news and great things that people have been doing, and I had no idea people were doing this. So I love it. I just can't say enough great things about that too. All right, tomorrow marks the first day. Hashtag cold shower challenge. Don't know really how I'm going to do that, like I mentioned yesterday in the video. But, well, I do know how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to have to suck it up and start off, even with my toe injury. Get it done. Hashtag cold shower challenge. And the other one is the hashtag ED5SM. I'm not really sure what the platform or how I'm going to start sharing, posting pictures, recording myself with all the meals I have prepped up. But it'll be a good portion of it, too. I'll probably post up the picture of this huge burger called the Terminator. Yeah, it's called the Terminator. Like, it was a huge burger, and I figured, hey, starting tomorrow, I'm cutting fast food out. My wife and I are doing something personal for us, where like we're just gonna cut wheat out of our diet for 60 days. So I'm not really advertising that as much or talking a lot about that. That's just more for us. And we've been researching and looking into what wheat is. Another conversation, if you're interested in something like that, I'll partner up with my wife on that, and kind of what kind of content we can share with people on that one too, because there's a lot of information around just wheat, vaccines, even cancer. I found very interesting, and she was able to dig through all the research and look into it. I mean, more to come. That's a different conversation entirely too. But all in all, that's something we'll be also cutting out of our diet is wheat. And like I said, since I'm cutting fast food out, I thought I would eat the biggest burger possible before I go into this healthy eating challenge. And I'm looking forward to it. I think this is going to really shift my mindset when it comes to my eating and lifestyle choices. And it's going to discipline me to really show me that, like, do I want that instant gratification of eating this burger, eating something unhealthy right now? Or what's more important, my health down the road, where I build something, I've disciplined myself. And I think that is so more enticing to me. That helps me exercise my patient muscles. And I keep thinking long term and what I want down the road. And that's 10 years. And I think about where I'm at 10 years from now, I'm not even worried about that. I still have a long way to go. So, super excited for that. Join in then. And I'm not really sure what I have planned here on YouTube for the month of June. I know I want to shift up the content. Not so much the content, but testing out the live stream. Because live stream, I think overall, as I build more momentum, I build more of an audience. Like, I want to have more engagement with people who's watching in the moment. Now, if I'm not getting that, I need to really reevaluate and look at things, because I was looking at my analytics for the last 2 months. So for the month of April, I had about like 1,300 views for that whole month. Granted, it was the SSS Veda Challenge going on, so we had a lot of people supporting one another. Because then I shifted to May, and now I'm doing content specifically on what I want to do and talk about. It showed up around 700 views this month. So I share this not to talk about like the channels about views and subscriptions. That's not at all. I share this because like I think 700 isn't a bad thing. 700 is something I'm thinking about as I started off. If I didn't have the SS Veda challenge, this would have been way harder to get 700 views a month. And I think that's a good starting point for me when I'm sharing these kind of content. Like what can I do differently? What can I share that's valuable and entertaining in a way that people want? So it just helps me as a content creator challenge myself a little more and think about that kind of things. So I'll be looking into different things along for the month of June. I could be switching up the schedule on the live stream. I know one thing I'll be doing is just because the YouTube algorithm for live stream is a lot different from just posting up videos and having that affected by the algorithm, completely different. So some things that I'm going to be testing around, like I said, I do find live streaming still valuable on how I speak and how I share things, which is funny. I've been recording myself at alignment and how I'm talking and how I'm presenting, and it's completely different. Right now, I'm like calm, I'm collective, I'm able to speak to the camera, but when you're in front of like 100, 125, 150 people, your speech pattern, I tend to talk a lot faster. I tend to just go, 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 go. So some more things to learn, some more things to pressing. And I also get it that I have a time limit on that, and I have to really be mindful of that. So I'm trying to be intentionally quick and get my message out there quick. So yes, I understand and I'm aware of that too. So some things to be aware of. And like I said, I still find value in live streaming. I just need to be creative and think it through on how that looks like. Because if you look at for the month of May, I didn't post any videos outside of live streaming. So I think that plays a part in that too. All right, cool. That's all I want to share with you guys. Again, tune in tomorrow. I'll be talking about the whole three: determination, drive, and discipline. All three combined together and what that means and who really benefits from that. And there's specific types of people that really shows up in all three categories and what we need to do to look into that deeper and how you can build yourself up even further too. As always, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support. This is Sukhum Hing signing out of the Sukhum Show. Until next time, take care and I'll catch you all later. All right. Bye-bye.